Greetings from Ramseur Elementary School. My name's Tim Moody. I'm the Public Information Officer with the Randolph County School System. I'm here with our Superintendent, Dr. Stephen Gainey. Each month we go out and we record these interviews as part of the From the Desk Of sessions with Randolph Communications. Again, we are at Ramseur Elementary School, and Dr. Gainey, just want to give you an opportunity to talk about this great school.
Well, this is a wonderful school. Tammy Abernathy's principal. She's in her 11th year as the principal. This school just continues to get better and better. In fact, the performance composite for this school, if you look at where it was in 13-14 to where it was in 17-18, it has increased by 33 points. And academic growth, the academic growth measure that the state puts on schools, it's a constant here. This school always makes academic growth, and it's been part of its history during Tammy's time as the leader of this school. And there's great staff. When you come in here and you go in classrooms, there's no question that academics and instruction are a priority here. Great students, just a great place. And so very proud of Tammy and very proud of her staff, and just very proud of where this school has gone over the years. It's just a great example of what's right with public schools in North Carolina.
Well, today is January the 18th. This is our first interview of the new calendar year, but a lot of exciting things are already happening. This past Monday evening, we had our Board of Education work session followed by our monthly meeting, and I know that the work session was one of the highlights of your year. I've heard you talk about that. Very special meeting, and give you a chance to update us.
Tim, Monday night was a very exciting night, and I've told people many times that that's my favorite night of the year for our school system. And what it is, it's the 6th consecutive year that we brought, in January, we brought the commissioners over for a joint meeting during our work session with our Board of Education members. And what we do is at that time, we reveal what we're going to ask for as far as budget requests for the upcoming school year. We do that actual formal request in May at a commissioner meeting, but in the January joint work session, we share with them what we're going to be bringing in May and give them a chance to ask questions, and then we have the rest of from then all the way to May for them to ask questions. They can call me, or we can, if they have questions, they can ask board members or whatever it may need between now and then to make sure everybody understands what we're requesting. We have two types of money the commissioners provide for us each year. One is current expense, the other is capital outlay money. Current expense, we had 3 requests, or we'll have 3 requests in May, and shared these the other night. Continuation cost. We're asking for, the second one is increase of our supplement, local supplement by 0.5%, and also requesting technology money for our local budget. Capital outlay, we're just asking for some additional funding to use towards our 9-year facility upgrade repair plan. And that I gave a lot of attention to that. And here, the first 3 items we talked about first, then we got to the capital outlay, and I pointed out that this is the first time in 4 years we've asked for any additional capital outlay money. For 3 consecutive years, we've not asked for any, and I say that because back for 14-15, the commissioners, they got behind our 9-year facility upgrade repair plan that we put out, and 14-15 was the first year of that plan, and with them and the board members supporting that plan, the commissioners gave us additional $250,000 towards that in capital money. And then the next year for 15-16, they increased the funding by $500,000 more dollars. And I said several times Monday night, as we were talking different times, that really I felt like the Board of Education and the commissioners hit a home run with that 9-year plan, starting with 14-15, because we had gone 3 consecutive years without asking for any additional capital outlay money. So I think that's a great accomplishment, a great result. So we did ask for an additional $200,000 starting with the 19-20 school year, and that'll be our request. And just again, that night was just a special night to be able to sit around the table with both groups of elected officials and have conversation about our budget request and continue to build that relationship. One of the things, my goal has always been to continue to build a positive relationship with the county commissioners based on trust and transparency. Us being transparent with what we're doing with their funds, and us working hard to earn their trust and earn the trust for our Board of Education, because they charge us with running the school system, and we need to be putting things out there that they can trust and they can support as well. So it's just a great night all the way around. It's one I look forward to every year. And I also want to say a big thank you to Hal Johnson, County Manager, County Finance Officer Will Massey, and the staff who also came over. They're always very supportive of our efforts as well with our school system. So just a great night all the way around.
And just a footnote to that, you talked about the facilities upgrade and repair plan our community members, just to let them know that that plan is posted on the homepage of our website. If you want to see the projects, the schools that are involved, it's right there. Go to our homepage and click on the link, and you'll be able to stay updated with that.
And Tim, one of the things we also shared the other night about that plan was we've revised the plan as well. This is year 5, this year 18-19, so for years 6 through 9, we've made some revisions. We've put some more HVAC projects in the plan because some things have begun to develop at our schools, so we made a revision. But even more exciting is we revealed the next 9 years after this original 9-year plan. So we really, the vision out there for where we're going after this 9-year plan has been completed, where the next 9 years go. I want to say a big thank you to Larry Chilton and Marty Trotter for their involvement, and the staff, Larry Chilton's staff, for working through and getting us, estimates for different projects and for monitoring the needs of our schools and facilities, because, if you don't have staff out there doing that, then the 9-year plan can't be put together the way it has been. But they do great work, and I want to say a big thank you to Larry and his staff, because they bring us great information, and Marty does a great job with using that information and putting together this plan so it helps our school system continue to get better in the future and takes care of our facilities in the future.
So we talked about the work session from this past Monday evening, and also there was a board meeting that followed the work session. One thing that we do at all of our board meetings, or at least those during the school year, is that we have times of awards and recognition. Had a very special recognition this past Monday evening, and give you an opportunity to talk about that.
Yeah, Tim, we did have a very special individual recognized at the board meeting the other night. Harmony Klein, she's a teacher at Level Cross Elementary School, and she was recognized for being the Exceptional Children Teacher of Excellence, or recipient of that award this year for the 18-19 school year. And if you saw Harmony Klein in her classroom working with children, you would know why she was given that award. She teaches in the Concrete Learner classroom and that program that we have at Level Cross Elementary School, and just a wonderful job with the kids. And you just see a great teacher when you see her in action. And you want to say a big thank you to Brooke Johnston and her staff, because that initiative was put into that school several years ago, and it has done well for kids. And just want to say a big thank you to Harmony Klein for joining our school system and being a part of our school system and doing such a great job in that program.
All right, again, we are at Ramseur Elementary School, and Dr. Gainey, let's take a moment to talk about some upcoming events. A new event, actually, on February the 1st. I'll give you a chance to share that.
Well, we do have a Job Shadow Day event, and it is a joint initiative between Asheboro City Schools and Randolph County School System, and it's sponsored by the Asheboro-Randolph Chamber of Commerce, and it's for juniors in high school, and it should be an exciting day. Give the kids a chance to go visit local businesses and just see what businesses do every day, what skills are needed in certain businesses. And I think anytime we can expose children to, life after high school, life after college, I think we're only helping them, because you never know. Number one, gives them a chance to see what skills they may need to develop, but you also may start sparking some interest that we've not done at this point, and then they come back, and next thing you know, they're enrolling in different classes than maybe they had before. Who knows? So I just think it's an exciting event, and just very appreciative of the Chamber of Commerce for sponsoring it, very appreciative of the businesses who are going to participate, and just, as always, want to say thank you too to our partners, Asheboro City Schools, for another one of the joint efforts we have in our community, and just very appreciative of them and their partnership.
All right, and another event coming up in February is our annual spelling bee. It's at the Sunset Theater at 4:30. That's a big highlight on the school calendar, and I know you always enjoy being a part of that.
Well, I do. The spelling bee is just so exciting to see the children and to show the level of confidence they do as they're up there in front of everybody. And it's, that's a tough scene for children to handle, and just always admire their level of confidence. And what always comes out of that event for me is somebody spells a word or two that I didn't even know was a word. But just always amazed at the amount of preparation the kids do leading into that. And I have to remind myself that they won the spelling bee at their school. And it is for elementary and middle school kids, and they all compete against each other. But The thing that probably is the most intriguing part is the fact that there are words every year that I did not realize were words. And the children stand up there with just great confidence and spell them and move on, you know. And so just can't wait to see that. It's a great setting. Sunset Theater is absolutely beautiful, and so it'll be a great day all around for our school system and for our kids.
So a lot happening in February, but if we could for a moment, let's just jump forward to the month of March. There's a big event that we want parents to be sure to have on their calendar, and that is the kindergarten registration night. It is March the 5th, and it will be at each of our elementary schools from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. It's a floating event. But just talk a little bit about how important it is to get our children registered.
Well, the kindergarten registration is very important because it's very important for us to know the numbers of kindergartners who are expected to come the next year, so we can do appropriate budget forecasts and get staffing aligned at each one of the elementary schools. So, you know, just I encourage every parent that has a rising kindergartner to come on out that night so we can actually, you know, get them registered and all. Now, you know, if somebody doesn't come, then yes, we have from then on to the start of school, and you know, we still get people to register after school starts. But the more children we can get registered in March, the better, because it allows us to do our best and give best efforts towards staffing schools and getting the teachers we need in, because you know, as the summer goes along, the teachers out there available to be hired will become fewer and fewer. So just want to encourage all parents to come and take advantage of that night. It is a floating event. You get to meet school staff, and you know, I've been around the school system, and I've been here now, this is my 6th year, and I can tell you it's going to be a great experience at any one of our 17 elementary schools for a kindergartner. So just encourage all the parents to come on out and let's get their kids registered so we can focus on what we need to do to take care of them.
So Dr. Gainey, the cafeteria at URE Ridge 612 got some big news last week, an exciting thing for them and really for the district, and I'll give you a chance to talk about that.
Well, I want to say congratulations to Michelle Henshaw, the manager, and her staff. They received 100 rating for their sanitation grade, and it's very exciting. People don't realize basically what we have is, now we do have the food is brought in at the early college, so we from a school site, cooked at a school site, but basically we have 30 small restaurants throughout our school system that are in operation every day, and they are held to those standards that a restaurant would be held to, such as sanitation grade. So just want to say a big thank you to Michelle Henshaw and her staff for their great work, because that is a tremendous feat, and I know they're excited and we're very proud of them, and just want to say congratulations.
Well, at a great cafeteria, like anything else in life, depends on great leadership. And whether you're leading a cafeteria or a school or a classroom, it's important to develop leaders. And I know that's something that we take seriously at Randolph County School System. Will you just share a couple of the leadership things that we do?
Tim, leadership has been a big topic on my mind for years now, and we're beginning to develop some things in our school system as far as a little bit of a programmatic approach to this. And when I say that, we started out in my first year, started hearing more and more people in the school system who were in classrooms and in counselor positions and lead teacher positions who had administrative degrees. So starting with the first spring of 2014, we had what was called an assistant principal candidate meeting, and we brought these individuals over who we asked principals, if you have somebody on your staff who has that degree and you think would be good in an administrative role, let me have their name. And so we started that, and this will be the 6th spring. This spring will be the 6th time we've done this. We bring them in, we talk about scenarios, we get to meet them, get to know them, and quite frankly, there's been many individuals that have come to these meetings who are now assistant principals, and some are principals now in our school system. So that's one piece we've had. Another part of our our programmatic approach to this is we've engaged a couple of years ago with the University of North Carolina at Greensboro in a principal preparation grant. And what it has allowed us to do each of the last 2 years is we've been able to select through an interview process 2 individuals who would go through a principal preparation program at UNCG, and they go through the college courses, and then they do a full-time internship with us at no cost to them. It's through the grant, and so it's been very exciting. We pay during the internship time, we pay for their benefits. And so it's been a great experience, and like I said, we had 2 people already go through the program, and now actually this year we have 3, but it only cost us for 2 slots because of the grant. So excited there, and then now we've been working on another program which is called Building a Culture of Leadership, and that's going to start this month. And with this, we're asking principals to pick an individual on their campus who they think would benefit from this and maybe a future leader. And we're going to go through a semester of different activities and exposure to different community leaders and different things regarding leadership and the concept of leadership. And you know, this program's not meant to, everybody coming through, we're not saying, hey, pick somebody you think may be a principal or assistant principal down the road. We're asking to pick somebody who they think has a chance to be a leader, whether it be a department chair, a principal, assistant principal, maybe a career development coordinator, a lead teacher, counselor down the road, you know, many different areas of leadership. We're just continuing to promote this idea of leadership through our school system, because a school system doesn't just have a few leaders. A successful school system has a bunch of leaders. And what I've said all along is, you know, you want to talk about the leader is the principal or the assistant principal. The leader is that teacher leading the classroom with kids waiting to learn from him or her as the teacher. So teachers are every bit a leader as the principal and assistant principal is, or is every bit of a leader as the superintendent is, you know. And so to continue to push this concept is what we're trying to do. And we're also trying to come up, one thing we've done in our principal meetings, assistant principal meetings, and central office administrator meetings this year is we've reviewed articles about leadership. And you know, the articles, all the articles are not the same, and they present different characteristics of successful leaders, because not all leaders are the same. Different leaders have different strengths, and we want to expose people to those characteristics and try to build their confidence. Yes, you are a leader. You may not think about it think about yourself as being a leader, but you are a leader, and there's many different ways you can help lead this school system. So very excited about what we're developing with this program. In past years, we've sent numerous assistant principals to an aspiring principal training, and that's helped, you know, and many of them have become principals with us. This year I have about 6 assistant principals in a leadership development program with the Principal and Assistant Principal Association of North Carolina. We have principals also. Every year we've sent principals to a BB&T leadership program, and that's a wonderful leadership program. I really like that. We've been able to send 4 or 5 principals a year to that. So just trying to kind of come up with a big picture leadership program for our school system that can hit or touch as many people as possible and continue to promote this concept throughout our school system.
So Dr. Gainey, we've talked a lot about leadership, and we'll just close out this interview today to talk about something that our leaders in our schools certainly have the responsibility of doing, and that's keeping children safe. We have incidents occasionally in which schools need to go into either a modified lockdown or a lockdown. We had an incident this week at Southmont Elementary School. What could have been a grave situation turned out to be a positive story, and I want to give you a chance to talk about that.
Well, Tim, this week at Southmont was a great example of what teachers and school staff members are all about, and principals. It was a very scary situation that was handled just as well as anybody could ever handle it. I want to take a minute and say thank you to Crystal Hagler and to Casey Shelton, 2 teachers who were very involved from the beginning of that issue or that situation, and also Ann Carol Grant, the principal. But I want to say thank you to the whole school staff, because of it was a collective team effort. But you know, when I think about that situation, it brought back really quickly. You know, I read a quote by Ms. Shelton about how she never thought, I don't know what to do. She said that was something that wasn't her exact quote, but that was the theme of the quote. And I was so proud of her when she said that, and it makes you proud of the school system. It makes you proud of teachers nationwide and principals nationwide, because, you know, no one wants to deal with school safety issues. But we all know it's there. We all know it's there, and we have to deal with it when it comes up. Our job is teaching, learning, and making sure kids are safe at all times. It doesn't matter what state you're in this country. That is what our job is as educators. And so I was very proud of those teachers, and proud of the principal and the other staff members who came together as a team and took care of the kids during that time. And you know what I want to, at the end of the day, I think this is what people don't realize. Teachers and school staff members and principals will go to great lengths to make sure no one ever harms a kid. And if you don't believe that, a situation, or you ever doubt that, a situation like what happened at Southmont just reinforces it. There's no way you can measure the concern and care that school staff members have for kids when they walk in the door. That's what teachers, and their number one thing is they want to teach and learn and keep kids safe. And they're never going to do 2 of the 3 or 1 of the 3. They're focused every day on 3 out of 3. And if you don't believe it or you ever doubted it, what Crystal Hagler and Casey Shelton and the rest of that staff did that day reinforces that. Really proud of them and really proud of the teachers all over our system, because I believe in my heart that you could have asked any one of our teachers in our school system, and probably any teacher in America, and they'd have come back with, I never for a minute stopped to think, I don't know what to do, because they do know what to do, and that's what teachers are about. They're number one, they're going to take care of kids, and taking care of kids is teaching, learning, and safety. So I'm very proud of them, very proud of our teachers every day, because I move around this county and visit schools and all, and what I see in every one of our 31 schools is kids being taken care of, both from the academic side and the safety side. So, and I'm just very proud of them, and very proud of our school system and the efforts that we have taken as a system, as a big team, to maintain safety to the greatest extent possible.
So teachers and all staff members, thank you for what you do every day to keep our students safe. Dr. Gainey, thank you for this interview. Thank you also to Randolph Communications. Thank you to our community members for allowing us to come before you and share with you the great things that go on in our school system every day. We look forward to seeing you again next month.